Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Sal, Stretford Post. How you all doing? And welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn. I hope everyone's doing great. I hope everyone's doing fine. Well, we were until about, I think, look, my shirt's all wet, guys. I'm sweating. There's so much news going on. No. I've just done a run. I had a shower, and I'm still sweating after my shower. Sorry, guys. But yeah, guys, I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. I do not believe it. Victor Meldrew once said, Jadon Sancho. You know, I thought it was going to be a beautiful day. I really did. I was about to put in the U2. It's a beautiful day. But no, Jadon Sancho is coming back to Manchester United. For how long? How long's a piece of string? We don't know that. But Jadon Sancho could quite possibly be coming back to Manchester United in a very awkward scenario where he walks into Carrington like nothing had happened. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. It is where we are. Ridiculous deal they done. They shouldn't have done that stipulation in the deal. Really stupid, isn't it? I mean, if we knew there was a stipulation in this deal, we would have said, no. Absolutely. Definitely not. You have to bloody get rid of him. And that's it. No stipulation. But we done a stipulation, didn't we? Absolute nutcases, the lot of them at the end of the day. Big up everyone in the chat, guys. Don't forget to smash a like on the video. And please don't forget to subscribe. Lucky Singh, please don't write me a novel, bruv. Please don't write me a novel. I'm not the one to read novels on an afternoon like this. I've just had a jog. Thank you, mate. Tyburg, big up the legend. Bruno Staying is telling me one point thing. He's convinced United will have a good window and strengthen a lot. I don't think he would stay without a proper rebuild on the horizon. And that is from a genius in Tyburg, of course. My guy, Tyburg, is absolutely spot on. I actually want to look at things in a more zealous way, positive way. I want to say that Bruno Staying is maybe a plus, a bit like the Switzerland flag, a big plus. You know what I mean? But I hope, that's what I hope is happening. I truly hope that Bruno Staying doesn't hamper our deals, right? If the deals start slowing down now, then you know why. You know, hopefully it's not. Hopefully, regardless of what happens with Bruno, we're going to be backed and stuff like that. The only concern is it was £100 million. And we've already spent 120, you know, so that could have done nicely in the squad. It is what it is. Some people are calling Bruno a legend. Some people obviously haven't been around a very long time supporting Man United. I've been on YouTube watching people. People have been comparing Bruno to Brian Robson. And Scholes, I pull my hair out, you know, if it wasn't very valuable because I haven't got much left. Avesh, good morning, my friend. Banging intro. Big ups, Avesh. Thank you so much, you legend. Good to see you, my bro. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to Chatterbox. Yeah, good to see you again, my friend. Thank you very much. It's a little bit long. People have been telling me, Sal, your intro's too long. Your intro's too long. I say, no, man. I'm going to keep it as it is. You know what I mean? Good thing comes to those who wait at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Big up, Anvish. Hope you're doing well. Will United 99. What's going on? Freedom Fighter coming back. No one wants him. Ship him out. He's not the part of the Amaranth plan. Can you believe it, guys? Can you believe it? Who would have thought? Who would have thought that Jadon Sancho would be a mercenary? Who would have thought that? I never would have thought that. Would you have thought that? Even my stream didn't think that. Who would have thought that Jadon Sancho would be a mercenary? I would never have thought. Never in a million years. I mean, that guy didn't want to take a pay cut. People are trying to pay you to go home, mate. People are trying to pay you to get rid of you, mate. That is how bad it is. You know what I mean? And now you're going to come back to Old Trafford where we've had a beautiful day. You know what I mean? I feel like Ice Cube. Today was a beautiful day. Today was a good day, actually. Today was a good day, says Ice Cube, until something messes it up. And that guy is Jadon Sancho, you know. I mean, Ice Cube has got playing all day. You know, today was a good day. Absolutely. Not anymore. My friend Yale, what's going on? We're going to cook with Sancho next season? No, we're not, mate. He's going home. We don't want any, no more people disrespect the club. Yale, let me tell you something from a guy who supported this club for 40 years, right? Let me tell you something and my advice to you, okay? All right? Anyone who disrespects this great club, we come from the Busby Babes. We come from 1968. We come from, you know, adversity. We do. A man, which he is, not a boy, who went on Twitter and posted a tweet, right, and left it on there for weeks, right, against a manager who gave you 4 months off work, and then after that, going to Chelsea and still talking about Manchester United. Do you know what? I would rather lock him up in a dark room and never play for Man United again. That's what I would rather him do, because he doesn't understand. Sorry, Yale, I had to put that in. And I agree with Will United 99. Absolutely. Suddenly, the window looks quite positive. Maybe the much-needed changes are finally coming, but we need to leave 3 new players this summer. I agree, Tyber, but we need to get rid of the deadwood as well, don't we? Some of that deadwood needs to go. It needs to go. It needs to go. It definitely needs to go. We need to get rid of some of that deadwood. We can't keep keeping these players there forever. Do you know what I mean? And Sancho needs to go. Anthony needs to go. Rashford needs to go. Shaw needs to go. Maybe Mason Mount, but I don't think he will go. But he needs to go. Onana needs to go. Malacia needs to go. There's a lot of players in that squad that need to go. And we can't do this rebuild without getting rid of some of those players. It's going to be obvious that we won't be able to do much business if we don't get some players out. Absolutely. Steve-O, what's going on, my friend? He'll either be loaned out or back on the box out. I think you're right, Steve. I think Steve is right. Steve, you're right, mate. I hope so, mate. Fingers crossed. Who wants him? That's the thing. Probably be loaned out again. Don't know who to. Maybe his brothers at Borussia Dortmund might want him. Definitely. I'll be sarcastic. He's got suitors for my places, and if it costs us around £990 a week. Charlie, I don't know whether you're being sarcastic, mate. Your messages don't come with a sarcasm message on it. They sounded very serious. Goodness, sorry, man. Steve, Sancho, that's is Sal. Yeah, I got you, Steve. I read the room, Steve. Big up, Steve. Bro, if I even see a sniff of Sancho near the first team, I'm scrapping with a Matt Amram, hitting the gym soon after, mate. You know what? I'm fed up with this guy. And people who know me about Sancho, people know I was an advocate for Sancho. I believed in Sancho. I celebrated Sancho. During the Euros, I was saying Sancho should be in the squad. Sancho should be in the England team. Blah, blah, blah. Back in Sancho. And he let me down. I didn't let him down. He let me down. That's what happened, guys. Absolutely. All right. Didn't realize that I got Jarley. Got me there. Jarley got me as well, mate. Jarley is completely the sarcasm of the year, mate. I mean, I did not get any hint of sarcasm from that. Is that, you know what I mean? I didn't. Honestly, I'll be real, bruv. I'll be real. Installments, though, 20 million for Cunha this season. Not sure the structure or how much Bremo will cost. Yale, if he comes to Man United now that Bruno stays, no one really knows 100%, do they? We hope so. I don't want to put any doom and gloom on the proceedings. But you know what? We never know what's going to happen, at the end of the day, guys. Absolutely not. Big up Lucky Singh. Please don't write me another novel, bruv. Thank you. Kerwin, what's going on, mate? Putting him over Scholes is just wrong. However, Bruno's a modern legend. A modern great, I would say, Kerwin. A legend is Cantona, Duncan Edwards, Scholes, they're legends, Schmeichel, these type of players are legends. I would say that he's a Manchester United great. A legend is different. A legend, you have to win the league. And, there are players who play for Inter Milan and AC Milan and staff who are magnificent players. I remember when I was going to Italy, right? When I went to Italy and I was talking about Napoli because my wife's from Napoli. So I go to Napoli and I know some players at the former players at Napoli. And I said, you know what, this guy, he scored that many goals, at Napoli. His name is Claudio Bellucci. And he scored a lot of goals at Napoli, but Napoli weren't successful during that period, right? He scored loads of goals. I go, but and I said to him, but he's a Napoli legend, right? He's a Napoli legend. Right, and he goes, no, he's not a Napoli legend. He's a Napoli great because he didn't win the league and he didn't win the Champions League or didn't win anything in Europe. Didn't win anything. So he's just a great, and that I agree with that. At the end of the day, absolutely. Well, Sancho proves he didn't want freedom. He just wanted money. He's a mercenary. All that comes bullshit on Rashford's post now looks stupid. You know what? And then we got Rashford coming in as well. Misery Guts coming in as well. We're gonna have Marcus Rashford coming back to the football club. My goodness me! So it's gonna be like a big cloud hovering over the club, as soon as they come back. We've had some good news this last 24 hours. I think they've absolutely trying their best to ruin it, of course. We don't want freedom back, neither do I. Big up, Randy. Big up, everyone. Big up, Pearl, legend. How you doing? How's your hair? Hope it's good. Big up yourself. Hope you're good. I'm just sorry we are not positioned to bring back Freedom Fighter and put him in the reserves for the next 2 years. I would enjoy that disrespectful track. Absolutely, Tybo, you say it as it is. You speak my language, bruv. Never thought I'd speak your language, but you do, mate. You know, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. If it was Alex Ferguson, he would have said, you're in the reserves, mate. You're in the reserves, mate. He wouldn't care about money. If it was Alex Ferguson, obviously these days, in this day and age, you know, we can't do that because of the wages astronomical, etc., etc., etc. You know, so we can't do that, which is a shame. You know, at the end of the day, you know, just when I was going to come on air and talk about our scary rebuild with Bremo and Cunha coming to Manchester United, two very, very good number 10s, guys. It's going to be absolute fire next season. Sancho, I want a piece of that. I want a piece of that. He's probably looking at Man United, just like Bruno's looking at Man United. And I think, you know what? They're not doing bad, you know. Look at the players they're bringing in. We're only bringing in Tyler Dibbling. No, not Tyler Dibbling. Liam Delap. It might as well be Tyler Dibbling and Dibbles the Dibbling. Yeah, it might as well be Liam Delap. It might as well. He's probably thinking, oh my goodness, they're bringing in Mbeumo and Cunha, and we're bringing in Liam Delap. What's going on here, lads? What's going on here? There you go. Absolutely. Big up Chatterbox. Someone take Sancho PS5, P4 for PS5 and say what you get it back when you're done out of Man United. Yeah, probably order another one. He's so bloody rich. You know what I mean? Lots of good news minus Sancho. Yeah, lots of good news, guys. Absolutely. Sadly, one Deadwood back. It's like 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, isn't it? At the end of the day, you know, there's going to be more as well. Rashford will be coming back to the football club as well as Sancho. We still need to get rid of Luke Shaw. I have not let Luke Shaw off the hook, guys. Luke Shaw needs to leave this football club. Bloody hell. Luke Shaw needs to leave Manchester United ASAP. I'm tired of this mercenary as well. I'm injured. Soon as the transfer window happens, I'm injured. That's it. Oh, man. He needs to leave as well. Big up, Freya. What's going on, my friend? I'll be doing well. Sancho won't get a chance to play, even if he sit on the bench. He won't get the chance. Well, he's going to have to sit there first and apologize to Ruben Amorim after all those tweets and all those messages, freedom and stuff like that he's been saying all season, you know, against the football team. So, you know, he brought the club into disrepute more than one time. You know, this guy is the sort of guy, you know, he sits at the back of a bus in East London and just mouths off with his loud music. That's what he does. That's the sort of guy he is. He's a, you know, and I used to be one of those guys, right? You know what I mean? But I've grown out of it. He hasn't, unfortunately. Do you know what I mean? So there you go. He's one of them guys, you know, causing problems, being rude, and you know what, a trouble at school. He's one of them ones. He's a petulant child. Anvish, by the way, Louis Whitwell has mentioned today that United are targeting Gyökeres and reevaluating Osman after missing out on the lap. Come on, Anvish. Let's hope it's true, mate. Let's hope we do get one of them. If we get Mbeumo, if we get Gyökeres or Osman, and we got Cunha already, imagine we had those three up front, guys. Ooh, it's going to be naughty, isn't it? It's going to be naughty. It's going to be bad, isn't it? It's going to be bad in a good way. Bad. Michael Jackson bad. It's definitely going to be Michael Jackson bad. Not Michael Jackson bad. I'm talking about early days Michael Jackson bad. 1986 Michael Jackson bad. But you know what I would say is that it will be nice. It'll be lovely if we can get a striker in there. But Man United do need a midfielder. Man United need a goalkeeper. Man United need a right wing back. We are looking at right wing backs. Ruben Amorim has spoken about a right wing back just this week. About he needs reinforcements in that area, needs better players on that area, of course, especially on the right. You know what I mean? We're a bit like Beyonce at the moment, to the left. That's what we are. And yeah, it's a mad thing at the moment. Big up Lucky Singh anyway. Sal, can I send you a vid react on it's on Sancho? Who is it from, Sniper Man? Depends who it's from. You can send me it. Depends who it's from, fella. Højlund is wanted by Inter. Let him go too. Yeah, I mean, they have to pay the monies. If they pay the monies, they can have him, guys. Signed, still delivered. Big up, my friend. Ogamigi, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Really good to see you. Sancho is the worst thing ever to happen to United. He's deliberately delaying things to affect United transfers. There you go, guys. Can't disagree with that. That's spot on. You know, do you think he would, you know, would he be that petulant? Would you, Ogamigi, do you think he'd be that petulant to do something like that? I wouldn't be surprised, guys. He's already a millionaire. He's probably thinking, you know what, I'm just going to ruin Man United. You know, I'm going to go there. I'm just going to sit down and earn my money. Wow. If he'd done that, mate, we make his life a living hell. Bro, even the board fraud Ten Hag supported Sancho by allowing him special due overseas in Holland. But at the end of the day, Anvish, you know what I would say? At least he turned against Eric Ten Hag when Eric Ten Hag supported him, right? He gave him 3-4 months off work, and he supported him, after he'd done that on Twitter, he should have been transfer listed. If this club was competent, they would have transfer listed and hounded him out of the club. Just like we tried to hound Ruben Amram, and we tried to hound other people at the football club who have actually achieved things at this football club. We need to hound Sancho at this football club. That's the most way. We need to hound Rashford out this football club. These are the people we need to get rid of first. Before your Brunos, before everything like that, these are the players that need to be leaving this football club. Whatever Eric Ten Hag is, whether you think he's a good manager, a bad manager, a fraud, whatever it is, right? What I would say is this. Never bite the hand that feeds you. Never bite the hand that looks after you and cares for you. Because at the end of the day, regardless of what people think about Eric Ten Hag, he looked after Jadon Sancho. And look what he did. And he didn't only disrespect Eric Ten Hag. He disrespected the club. Above all, he disrespected the fans. He disrespected me, he disrespected you, he disrespected everyone. And that's the worst thing that could possibly happen, of course. Big up, my friend. Ogmegi, to your in-laws, absolutely. Big up. Big up, my friend. Anvesh, good to see the news that despite Bruno staying, it doesn't affect the Mbeumo bid. Not gonna lie, the Bruno news had us in the first half. At the end of the day, what I would say about that is that I've got nothing against Bruno, but as long as it doesn't affect our transfer dealings, then I don't really mind. The only concern I have is that a rebuild should mean a rebuild, right? When there's a ship sinking and the captain of the ship, is the one that gets blamed, I hope that now that we've got the likes of Cunha and Mbeumo in the club, I hope that Bruno can move into that number 8 position and he won't need to do too many hero balls and things like that, if you know what I mean. My only concern is his positional sense, his positional awareness in that number 8 position. That's my only concern. But Bruno is a hard worker. He's a grafter. And I wish him all the best because at the end of the day, there's far more worse things going on in our football club than Bruno Fernandes, at the end of the day, Big up. I meant a United legend, but you're right. As a United great. Yeah, United great. I've heard this legend thing a lot. I mean, legends are people like Bobby Charlton, who was involved in a plane crash and then 4 years later won the league title. 5 years later won the league title with Man United in 1963. In 1968 won the Champions League. I know. Look, I get you, Kerwin. Like in this modern time, like I don't look at things exclusively and, just in one way. I look at things from a subjective point of view. So basically, if Bruno Fernandes was in Alex Ferguson's team in the 90s, he probably will be a bloody legend. He'd probably be a big legend. He probably would, because it's all about your environment. It's all about your environment, how, the winning environment. A lot of players that came into Man United, including John O'Shea, Wes Brown, Darren Fletcher, all these type of players came into the football club. Darren Gibson, Tom Cleverley, came to this football club in a winning environment. And no matter how good they were, even if they weren't that talented, they still won league titles because the environment. At the moment, Man United have the worst environment ever. So credit must be given to Bruno for that. So a modern day legend in that sense, but obviously I think he's a great. But big up, Cohen, respect you, man. Big up. Sancho does look like a complete clown now coming back after 3 days. It's going to be so awkward, guys. One of the most awkward things you could possibly have. If he can't get better freedom, he best go to a seminar. Big up, my friend. Absolutely. Trina coming back. What's going on? Don't think Chelsea wanted Sancho at all. And he's trying to save face by saying he wouldn't match wage. That's bad anyway, isn't it, Trina? That makes you a mercenary, though, doesn't it? That makes you a mercenary. They don't want him, and Amram won't want him around. New signing in the locker room. I agree, Trina. Look, listen, you know what? There's going to be an outrage going on when Sancho comes back. But realistically, I don't think Sancho will be around for long. Let's be honest, guys. I don't think he'll be around for long. He might go on loan, or we might transfer list him, sell him off for cheap. Maybe, hopefully. At least we get 5 million. Past few days, I've never seen Man United fan base in such a way. Everyone supports Cunha and Mbeumo signing, as well as opinions on Sancho. Good days to come. I hope so, Anvish. The one thing I want, Anvish, and you're absolutely spot on, bro. The one thing I want is a united fan base. You know, when I started supporting this football club many years ago, the one thing that I fell in love with was the calamari, not calamari, calamari. Calamari is Italian cuisine. I fell in love with the family atmosphere at Old Trafford. It was a family atmosphere. Everyone knew each other. I used to go to Old Trafford. I used to say hello to a lot of people. I used to know so many people when I used to go, you know. And it's sad the way things have gone recently. That is obviously because since Alex Ferguson has left, it's been pretty toxic. Obviously, the influx of social media and stuff like that. And we're always going to fall out. Even if we're successful winning league titles, we're always going to fall out. We're always going to have disagreements, you know, about certain players and stuff like that. You know, but at the end of the day, you know, I hope that this positive news comes. Look, we're arguing about stupid things. We're arguing about stupid things like Bruno's a legend. Bruno's not a legend. Bruno's a legend. It's not a legend. It's silly things, isn't it? But that's a good argument to have, rather than we're crap, get the manager out, get this fraud out, get this, you know what I mean? It's better like that, isn't it? At the end of the day. Tybog, Rashford, Sancho, only Lingard is missing, and we have a full team of clowns back. Bloody hell, can you imagine? Why did we get those players, guys? Why, oh why? My goodness me. What Bruno did gives him the legendary status. Captain did not jump, so our ship is not sinking. Randy, he's not a legend, mate. Legends win trophies. Sorry, Randy, but he's not a legend. He's a great. Most people agree with me. Great Man United fans been going 50 years. Don't class him as a legend. So they know more than me. They've been going for 50 years. You know what I mean? And they don't class him as a legend. He's not a legend, mate. He's a great Man United footballer. If he went on to win the league title, however, if he went on to win the league title, you can class him as a legend. Definitely. Because then, you know what I mean? You might as well call everyone a legend then, isn't it? You might as well call David May a legend and people like that a legend. You know what I mean? You might as well call David De Gea a legend. You know, David De Gea is more of a legend because he won the league. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. Good afternoon, Sal. What do you think of Bruno staying? As long as it doesn't affect Man United's transfer business, I don't mind. I really don't. I like Bruno. I think Bruno's a great guy. I think he's a very good human being. And I wouldn't mind him staying. As long as it doesn't affect our rebuild, I don't mind at the end of the day. He's 31. He'll retire at Man United. Let him retire at Man United. He deserves it, doesn't he? Big up, Sniper Man. You sent the bid. Let me have a look. Did you send it on Twitter? All right, let me have a look. Let's have a look. You sent the link. Let me have a look at it first. I can't have any music on it because I'll get my thing banned. So I have to look at it. Sorry, bruv. I'll look at it. I'll have a look at it in a minute. One second. I've got to check the music because obviously copyright and all that. Good to have missed out on Delat. Would have Delat. I started to absolutely. I mean, Chelsea must be fuming. Luke Shaw needs to leave and take some Zempic. He's been spending more time at the Lou Macari's Chippy than the bad for him. Absolutely. Conveniently injured again. Conveniently injured, isn't it? At the end of the day, conveniently. Imagine a forward line of Bruno, Ahmad, Mbeumo, Cunha, Gutierrez. You're making me excited, Frey. You're making me excited, brother. Come on. Big up Sal. I blame Sancho for rejecting Antonio. Yeah, he's a mercenary. Absolutely, Kenny. Big up, Kenny. Sancho is on Sal. Probably for Sal for peanuts now. Definitely. Send on next. Big up. For left wing back, into opinion, I think we've got enough left backs and Vesh. We've got obviously Diego Leon is going to be a star. And Vesh. Diego Leon is going to be a star. Believe these words, Anvesh. He's better than him. He's going to be a star. What we have there is a gem, a diamond. We've also got Dorgu. So I don't think we should be going after left back. I think we need more right back. We ain't got anyone apart from Dalot at the moment, unless we bring in Camason or Mantato. You know, big up, Anvesh. Big up, Sal. Cunha and Mbeumo shows intent in the market, and if we would get Gutierrez, it would show we really mean business and that Amram is being backed. I would love that, LT. Big up, LT. You know what? We've been here all year, me and LT, agreeing with most things. Absolutely. Big up, LT. Yeah, I agree with that, mate. He needs to be backed, and that is exactly what I hope is happening right now. Absolutely. Michael smiling. What's going on, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. All our lazy boys have been sent back to our club after their loan spell because they stupid wages and just plainly crap. You know what I mean? They've been. It doesn't matter about 4 assists and 3 goals, and you know what I mean. It's bad, isn't it? My biggest problem with Bruno, stay where he plays. If he plays at 8, it will be problematic. It's mine as well, guy, Natty, but people don't want to listen. But you know what? I will have to agree with that. That's my main concern as well. People don't want to listen to that, Kenny. People just have these emotional feelings and affiliations with players, which I don't have. I don't have any emotional affiliation with players. You know, I have affiliation emotionally with Manchester United. I don't have anything. And I look at things, you know, from the outset and I say, well, what have we won? What have we done? You know, he's got that mentality. We need a full rebuild. But given the fact that he's always been professional, he's always been available for Man United, you know what? We support him anyway. We just move on. I guess if we get Mbeumo confirmed and Guriak Osman reports too soon, Sal might dip off for a few trees. Big up Anvish. I might do, mate. I might do. Guys, I told you, if we win something big, guys, if we win something big, it's going to be a party, mate. It's going to be a party. Unfortunately, we didn't win the Europa League, guys. We didn't win the Europa League, unfortunately, but it's going to be a party. Sorry, Lucky Singh, you've been sending too many messages, mate. I had to put you on a timeout, mate. You're sending about 1,000 messages, bruv. Absolutely. That is absolutely scandalous. So scandalous. Let's have a look where we were. Kenny, I would respect Amram even more if he strips captaincy for Bruno. He won't do it, though, will he, Kenny? He won't do it now that he's staying. He won't do it. Yeah, definitely won't do it. Hopefully, Man United are going for a striker. Rumor is Man United are going after Osman and Gutierrez. Of course, there has been rumors about Tammy Abraham and Mitrovic. Look, I wouldn't mind Mitrovic or Tammy Abraham if they were as backup strikers. You know, I wouldn't mind that. In a way, maybe keep Rasmus, right, and see what he can do next season. If he can develop of the players in front of him for the likes of, you know, Osman and Gutierrez, if he could develop with them, then obviously we try and keep him. You never know what's going to be. I don't know what you think, guys, you know, because I supported Rasmus a very long time. People know that. And people say, why you keep supporting Rasmus? And, you know, he let me down the second end of the season. Second end of the season, you know, he let me down big time. Honestly, the performances were awful. And, you know, I know I weren't born yesterday in regards to football, right? I know that great players make things happen for themselves. They don't just wait in the box for something to happen. You make something happen for yourself. Look at Chido's age, right? 17 years old, right? Against Hong Kong, right? Rasmus played the whole game. Didn't do nothing. Soon as Chido came on, chest down, twist, goal. You know what I mean? That is what you do. If you're a great striker, you make things happen for yourself. And that's what I hope that he can do in the future, Rasmus. But I will send him on loan. Who's taking it? It will still be Bruno. Bruno's the best penalty taker, I think, and one of the best in the world at that. That's one thing he is good at. We are going for a striker where it's also seen on the football reporting. We're looking at young defenders. I mean, yeah. I mean, we got Aiden Heaven, we got Kokunki. These are great young defenders as well. Lenny Yoro is a great young defender. We got decent over there. I don't know why we need that. I think we need a right wing back, probably. I've been hearing that. Big up, CT. Absolutely. Bruno for pens and Bruno for corner kicks. Absolutely. Hopefully, Kenny, because I don't think Bruno's very good at corner kicks. We don't score many from corner kicks. Absolutely not. Let me just read this. Yeah, that makes sense, bud. Absolutely. Big up. I do not want either Sancho back. No, big up, Joseph. How you doing, my friend? I'll be doing well. I don't want him back either, but you know what? I don't think he's going to be playing for Man United, if I'm being honest with you guys. I think he's going to be moved on. Whether he gets moved on for cheap or whether he gets moved on loan, who knows? You know what I mean? But I don't think he'd be playing for Man United again, if I'm being totally honest. If I'm being real, I don't think he's going to be playing for Man United again, in my opinion, guys. Absolutely not. Natty, I'm against staying Bruno if he plays in his best position. That means we have to sacrifice Mbeumo or Cunha, innit? That's the problem, you know? He's going to play as number 8. Gav, what's going on, my friend? I'll be doing well. Sancho thinks he's better than what he is, but he is same as Rashford. I think, Gav, that they used to be good, but they believe their own hype and they've regressed. That's what I think. They didn't work at their game. They thought they made it already. He wants the loan because he wants the wages. He's getting Erasmus saying no to Napoli because he wants more money, is the mentality of them. Mercenaries, mate, Gav. Mercenaries. That's what I'm saying. Different mentality these days. Bloody mercenaries. Frere, Sal, what do you think of Amram bringing Lamine Kamara? I would love that, Frere. Would love that, mate. Brilliant player. Fantastic player. Would love that if he can do it. Sancho is not good, that good. Rashford is not that good as he is in his head. Rasmus thinks he's worth that more money when he scored 6 goals is a joke. Rasmus is obviously not on the training field working on his game. That's what I would say. You know, not like they used to do, train, but after training and things like that. You know what I mean? I don't want Mitrovic in the squad. Mitrovic is a good player. I like his shithousery, man. I like that. You need personality, Frere. Come on. Why did we not push for Edison and his price is 60 million? Because we're concentrating on a striker at the moment. And he is also wanted by Man City. So we're going to have a fight on our hands for him as well. Tybog, if Bubo would go, it would be fine with me. Him staying is also a good thing. He has my full respect. It's not easy to say no to so much money. Old Trafford will love him next season. They will, yeah. Yeah, they will. I think it was his wife more than anything, Tybo. Family first, isn't it? Natty, if Gyökeres did not go to Arsenal, I think he will get him. I think so as well. I don't know what Arsenal are doing, to be honest. Us being so bad has really done a number of the fan base. Calling Bruno a legend at this moment is mad. RDZ, I mean, I would tell you, bruv. I tell you, man. For me, it's like disrespect to me. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to say anything, you know. Because I've seen great players at this football club who've, you know, done big things, great things at this football club, you know. So it's a tough one, isn't it? I mean, at the end of the day. The fan base won't come together because we debate to win, which is wrong. Kerwin, spot on. We worship our own opinions rather than we worship our own opinions rather than supporting the football team. That's what's wrong. You know what I mean? We don't come to a middle ground. Forgetting that hopefully, most of us want to be in the same boat to the same destination. We both want Man United to be successful ultimately, don't we? Well, at least I hope we do, because there are some people out there who I don't think want success. I think they just want to be right. That's what I actually think. I would happily be wrong 1,000 times out of 1,000 times if it meant Man United being successful. You know? Leave 750 grand per week. Wow. He's rich anyway. He's a millionaire anyway, Rand. Anvesh, wouldn't mind any calamari as fast as we are going about the business these days. I mean, calamari is a good player, isn't he? Didn't he play for Arsenal? Oh, God, big up. You need to be open. For example, I watched the stream to gain diversity of opinion, despite the fact I disagree with many of your takes. You need to be open. You have to be open, but also I call out bullshit when I see it, you know, because I don't sit on here, have, you know, big journalists come on my channel if I'm talking crap, you know what I mean? I talk a lot of, you know, things from a non-emotional point of view in regards to players, you know, and we have to be realistic here, you know, in regards to that. And I would say that life is not about agreeing with everyone. But you have to you have to understand and listen to people. People don't want to listen. That's the problem. They talk to respond. They don't listen. You know, at the end of the day, I've listened a lot in my life. I've listened to a lot. You know what I mean? And to be honest with you, and I've learned a lot. And sometimes I think the problem with this fan base, right, is that they get over the top with one thing and they get over the top with the other thing. Like, for example, get Ruben Amorim out. He's a fraud. Right? Or he's the best player in the world. He's a legend. He's a top 5 player in the world, which I've heard this week. You know, which is wrong. George Best, Bobby Charlton, Duncan Edwards, Dennis Law, Eric Cantona, Paul Scholes. You know, you want me to go on? Brian Robson, you know, Peter Schmeichel, Roy Keane, Dennis Irwin, Gary Neville. You know, all these players there. Like, I know that are proper edged in the Man United folklore as legends, you know, but unfortunately, until you do something and not disappear in a final against the worst Tottenham team in all time, then you can call yourself a legend. And that's what I would say. I hope now that after all this, right, he's got Cunha and Buemo he's playing with now. There's no excuses, right? He can play behind them. and it will help him out, hopefully. Hopefully. Domeshev just said multiple clubs in the freedom fighter. Let's hope he goes gone before he comes back. Probably be alone, Will United. Probably will be alone, my friend. Absolutely. When Sancho will get his freedom, I don't know, mate. He's definitely going to be locked up at Man United. That's for sure. Definitely. If Man United win the league, I hope they come to Australia for a trophy parade. There you go, Kenny. Kenny, they used to go to Australia many, many years ago. They don't go to Australia anymore. They always go to America, which is sad, you know. Like, for example, we went to Malaysia and Hong Kong for the first time since 2006. It's ridiculous, isn't it? RDZ17, my guy. I think the fan base gets too wrapped up in emotions. Exactly. When it comes to players. Building a team around a 13-year-old is not smart. We will never get 100 million bid for him again. No, we won't. We missed out on the 100 million. We forget about the 100 million now. I wouldn't have mind 100 million for Bruno. Say, to be honest, could have helped with the PSR plus more signings, but no outgoings become even more crucial before I mean, don't be surprised if Garnacho leaves, one of those players leave and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Sal, do you think Bruno is a good captain? I don't know, mate. I'm not going to say that because I've seen great captains. I've seen Roy Keane, you know, Steve Bruce at his football club, Ryan Giggs, captain at his football club, Nemanja Vidic, captain, Rio Ferdinand, captain. And they all won big things. So, sit. The trophy parade, big up, everyone. 3 more signings after Cunha and Mbeumo, a striker, midfielder, a goalie. If this happens in this window, I will be extremely optimistic for the next season. We're always optimistic anyway, isn't it, Tyberg? We always got the optimism hat on. We have all season, despite the pain, Tyborg. Despite the pain, I want to send love to Tyborg because we've been here together on these streams, guys. We've been here on the watch-alongs, Asif, Tyborg, Grayo, all you guys. And we've been there and we've been suffering all season, guys. So hopefully next season we get something to shout about and cheer about, of course. Sal, we now have 3 free kick takers and as well as penalties. Yeah. Who's going to be our best free kick taker? I mean, statistically, it's Mbeumo, isn't it? Or Cunha. They're better, I think. Spot on. Bruno will be a major downfall of our manager. Bruno isn't good in the CMF. There you go. Subjective opinions. Exactly. We need to at least 5 starting signings. I agree. 5 or 6, absolutely. 5 at least, absolutely. Mbeumo is a good at the right corner kick and Cunha at the left. If Bruno gives them up. If he gives them up, then great. I would like to see Bruno on the edge of the box rather than taking corners myself. Absolutely. LT, Amram is busy trying to change this bad culture of poor mentality, which has poisoned us for many years. Having Sancho back will ruin that because we don't have such characters in the dressing room. We're trying to remove it. Exactly. We're trying to move the poison. You know, and unfortunately, this was always going to happen. We knew this was going to happen. When they got rid of Jadon Sancho on loan, they might as well just said it's a loan without an obligation to buy, because I knew 100%, as soon as I knew that Sancho had an obligation to come back to Man United, had a stipulation in his contract, I knew he was going to come back to Man United. I just knew it because I knew he wouldn't be good at Chelsea. He's been average at best. You know, it's bad, isn't it? But we have to do what we have to do to try and get rid of him. Still think we need 4 or 5 more signings minimum after Cunha and Mbeumo to seriously challenge the Champions League spots. And Vesh wouldn't say no. I agree, bruv. I agree. We must act faster for Edison. Al Halal is as well interested with him. I don't know if he's going to go to. When he go to Saudi Arabia, hands up who's sending flowers to Bruno's wife. There you go, Gav. Absolutely. Send one on behalf of me as well, Gav. Thank you, mate. After Mbeumo, we need a striker. Absolutely, bruv. Absolutely. Absolutely. Here. Sometimes we check some people on their opinions. Thank you. Kerwin, you know what life is? What I would say about life in general, right, is that we all live in a society where we want to be right all the time. You know, we want to be right all the time. I just want a great Man United team. I'll be honest with you guys. I just want Man United successful again. When I was younger and I supported Man United for all these years, and I used to enjoy it. I used to love watching Man United. There was no politics. No, my favorite player this, my favorite player that. He's this, he's that, he's good, he's not. And it used to be like that, right? Let me tell you a story about me, Cohen. I worked with Bruno's brother for 2 years. You do know that, in East Surrey Hospital, Ricardo. I worked with him for 2 years. I know the family. I know everything about them. They're great people, okay? And the thing is that I really hope that Bruno goes on to win a title because I believe he deserves one. I do. And I hope that we surprise a few people. I don't know if we're going to win the title, but I hope we do surprise some people. You know, you never know what's going to happen in football. Things can happen. You know, if we sign a striker, I mean, I can see things getting very, very juicy, exciting. AOD, we need a central midfielder as well. Absolutely. Big up AOD. Big up my friend. Hope you're doing well. Kerwin, as a captain, I think Bruno doesn't bash enough heads behind the closed doors. Sometimes need to flick. The only problem being Kerwin as a captain, you know what, Alec? Yeah, Kerwin's perfectly right there. This is absolutely good point because what Roy Keane used to do, and I hate to bring it back. I don't like bringing it back because it was different back then. But when I bring it back, I want to talk about the way Roy Keane used to act towards players. Even Peter Schmeichel, they used to grab each other's shirts, having fights on the pitch. Come on. You know what I mean? We don't have that these days. Bruno throws his hands up like that. It's your fault. That needs to stop, you know. But, you know, at the end of the day, look, this is the reason Ole Gunnar Solskjaer didn't want to make him captain, isn't it? This is why Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wanted to put Harry Maguire as a captain, isn't it? You know? Jimmy Murphy was a proper legend, so underrated and not a player, but he contributed so much from the shadow. Absolutely. Big respect. Absolutely, Tyberg. I agree with that 100%. RIP. Jimmy Murphy, of course. Seems like Bruno's fat machine. Big up Tyberg. We still got it. It must be our fat machine because our fat machine, you know, must be still ours. Goodness me. Saeed, long time no see, my friend. How you doing? Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope everything is good. Now we're getting in Bremer and Cunha, and the priority has to be a midfielder more than a striker. We lack energy in there. Could be. Big up Saeed. Hope you're doing well. That's cool. So cool. Big up, Kerwin. You're a good guy, mate. Big up yourself. Charlie, big up you because you really involve all your followers and interact well. Keep it burning from Zambia. Big up Zambia. Big up Africa. Much love to you, all my brothers and sisters out there. Much love, man. I will be back soon, you guys. And big up, Charlie. I do. I love hearing Man United fans' opinions from all around the world. I love it. You know what I mean? You get a lot of good. You get a lot of insight, you know what I mean, in regards to football, and you hear things you don't necessarily hear. Natty, Sal, why do players go to another club change their attitudes? Why do they not do it here? Because they get it's a culture at the football club, Natty. As I've been talking about for weeks now, the culture at the football club resonates from the top all the way down to the bottom, right? So if a culture is a certain way at the top, it's going to resonate all the way to the bottom. Man United at the moment still are a little bit of a toxic mess. So everyone who plays for Man United, there's this infection that goes around. You know, new players, you know, come in and then they're good for a couple of games and then suddenly they start performing badly. You know, Mazraoui started doing it. Dorgu started doing it. You know, and then it starts going like down. There is a culture at this football club. There's a poison at this football club that just resonates all the way down. And this is the culture that we need to change. This is why we need to get rid of Rashford and Sancho and all that. The culture for them, it's a little bit like when you leave something, you want to prove yourself. They're not doing it because, you know, Aston Villa is different or Chelsea is different. They're doing it because they want to prove a point to Ruben Amorim. That's why they're doing it. It's there. It's a loser mentality. They're doing it because they want to prove a point to Ruben Amorim. They want to prove that they were right, you know, all along. That's what they want to do. That's what they're all about. And that's the culture at the football club, the poisonous culture that we need to get rid of. Zaid, big up. Do you think Sancho can be used as a wing-back in the system? Rube likes attacking wing-backs. I wouldn't be surprised if personally. He doesn't want to play there, Zaid. He just about played on the right wing for Erik ten Hag, and he moaned about that, Zaid. He's got a bad attitude, Zaid. He's got a bad attitude. I don't think he could play for Man United again after what he did. I'm sorry. He can't. I don't think he can. After what he did with Erik ten Hag, after Erik ten Hag gave him 4 months off work and then writing a tweet, I don't think he can do that. No, you can't do that to this football club. You disrespected the club, brought the club into disrepute, disrespected the fans, etc. So best of luck to him. I hope he goes on to do big things wherever he goes, but it's definitely not at this football club, you know. I'm one of those guys who believe in forgive and forget, you know, but he carried on even when he went to Chelsea. He carried on tweeting. He carried on talking. He didn't put his head down. He got 3 assists in 4 games, 3 assists and 4 goals, or 3 goals and 4 assists, something like that. Just don't think he's got the work ethic, Zaid. I'll be honest with you. He don't have the work ethic, mate. Who do you think is the perfect midfielder for this system? For me, Wharton. I know people are going to laugh at me. I think Wharton is, but you know what I mean. Maybe I'm deluded, but I think 5 quality players signing the emphasis on attack. We can compete because our poor attack made us look bad. Whereas LT. You know what it is, right? Football is a funny, fickle sport. It's fickle. You know, losing is a habit, winning is a habit, and it just takes a few good wins to completely change the record. You know, Man United bringing in Cunha, Man United bringing in Bremo. That's changed the whole dynamic of Man United. Already, that looks like a little bit stronger, doesn't it? It looks tough, doesn't it, at the end of the day? So, you know what I mean? What I would say is that bring it on, you know what I mean? And let's try and do something next season, because I got a funny feeling about next season, guys. You're delusional, I'm delusional. I got a funny feeling about next season. I have got a funny feeling that something is going to go down. And you know what? I'll be so happy. Because we've been through the mud. I actually think this season was good for us. I actually think this season taught us a valuable lesson, because it was a reality check. It was a wake-up call, not only for the players and the manager, but for the owners. They saw this and they thought, oh my God, it's that bad, you know? MUFC forever. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for your subscription. How you doing? How you feeling? Are you feeling vibrant? Are you feeling happy? Are you a bit disillusioned? How are you feeling, MUFC forever? Thank you so much for joining, and thank you for being a new subscriber. Welcome to the family, my friend. Hope you're good. Look, you know, I think it was a wake-up call last season. I think that not only for Ruben Amorim and the players, I think for the ownership, and I think that's partly why that the ownership now are fighting tooth and nail to get players in, you know. Noru, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Do you think we can get a UEFA Championship next season? Noru, yes, we can. Yes, we can. Believe it. Aim for the stars, you fall on the moon. Aim for the moon, you fall on the clouds. Aim for the clouds, you fall in the mud. Aim for the stars, guys. That's basically the message here. Aim for the stars. We have to aim high, because if we don't aim high, what's the point? We might as well. You know what I mean? I think we can. Yes, we can. Absolutely. Big up Ogmigi. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you on the stream, my friend. Rival fans crying in their cars. Oh, all of a sudden, Bremo and Cunha are poor players. They're bad. They walk on the pitch. They do this. They do that. Bloody hell. Come on. Guys, I'll be honest with you. If Bremo and Cunha signed for Arsenal, or if Bremo and Cunha signed for Man City, or they signed for even Liverpool, I'll be like, bloody hell, they're moving, man. They're cooking. I would be like that. Honestly, I would be like that. They got to give fairness where fair's due. Now, if Man United go out and buy an Osman or Gutierrez, right? What are people going to say then? That is looking like one of the most potent front lines in Europe. Let's be real here, guys. You know? MUSC forever. Next season for the domestic treble. Big up MUSC. League Cup, FA Cup, and League. Come on, my MUSC forever. Let's do it, mate. Why not? We got no chat. We got no European football. Let's go for it, guys. Why not? I love the positivity, guys. It's pre-season. We do what we want. Man United, the treble. We do what we want. It's pre-season, guys. We got to believe. I believe in miracles, baby. I believe in you. MUSC forever now. Absolutely. Big up, my friend. Love it. Goalkeeper is important as a striker who must sign. I agree, Natty. Natty by choice, Natty by nature. Big up, Natty. Natty by Natty Wine. Absolutely. Big up, Natty. Big up. Yeah, you know what I would say? I agree with Natty, but I don't think they are going to do it, unfortunately. I don't think they're going to do the goalkeeper. Yeah, I think they're going to do the goalkeeper last. Whether we have time to do that is another story. VTech is coming back, hopefully, so maybe we can try and play VTech. VTech's been pretty good on loan. Percival Sovereign, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you again. Yosa, what do you think of? Think we need more a goalkeeper or a striker? I think we need a world-class goalkeeper, a low-key dig, the Xerxes, Cunha, and then Brema up front. It could work. Xerxes is not much of a goal scorer, but as Luis Enrique proved, you don't really need a goal scorer, do you? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you can play around that. I would say, but having said that, Percival, in my opinion, and that's not to say you're wrong, because goalkeeper is very important as well. I would just go for the goalkeeper now. I would risk conceding goals, but score goals more important. You know, just to score goals. I just want to see Man United score goals again. You know what I mean? Make Man United score goals again. I need a cap. Make Man United score goals again. A red cap. Make Man United score goals again. Make Man United great again. No, yeah, I should get one of those caps, isn't it? We will. And I hope we can get both Percival. Big up, Darren. Big up. Think rival fans. Rival fans are just crying in their cars, man. They're crying their eyes out right now. They can't believe that Man United still got this pull, you know? So what they're going to do now, they're going to start using all the excuses under the sun. All those excuses are going to come out, you know, but he did, but you're paying him too much money. You're going to pay him this much money. Oh, but he's rubbish. He's not really good. He plays for Brentford. You know what they said? I heard today that Man United signed Bremo and Cunha from Wolves and Brentford, Arsenal fan, right? And he was saying that, you have to sign players from Wolves and Brentford. Didn't Arsenal sign some players from Wolves and Brentford recently? Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Arsenal sign Declan Rice from West Ham? You know, did they not sign him from West Ham? Did they not sign Declan Rice from West Ham? You know, at the end of the day, look, and they just talk too much. Thick fan, rival fan. They're thick, mate. They're just jealous. They're bitter. They're scared. They don't want us to wake. They don't want us to awake from our slumber. That's what it is. I wonder what stats they will dig up about Mbeumo since he come into, because when Cunha came into the market, he was the hottest thing. Now he walks too much. I know. There was actually a guy on Twitter who done it with another Liverpool player about Wirtz. Florian Wirtz. He done it with Florian Wirtz. He said that Florian Wirtz walks more than I think 75% of the Bundesliga, and he done the same thing. See, two can play that game. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Low hate coming from Husam, the Scouser. Yeah, I know Husam. Yeah, big up Husam. Let him hate on. Hater. Absolutely. He can hate on, because when we're hated, that means we're doing something good, and especially for Liverpool fans. When Liverpool fans praise us, that's when we need to worry. You know. MESC forever. And Bremer and Cunha will help the striker Højlund to Inter. Take the money, buy maybe a Raul Jimenez from Fulham. Pretty decent, 40 million. Take him for a front line of all proven. Good choice. I haven't heard from Raul Jimenez in a while. 40 million steep, but yeah, maybe we could do something like that. We could do MEC. I would much rather a striker like Raul Jimenez than anything else. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day. Apart, you know, if it wasn't going to be Gyökeres or Osimhen, I wouldn't mind Jimenez. He's a good player. Membership forever. Gyökeres needs Champions League football, and Osimhen wage is issue. Amram still admire Gyökeres, but without Europe, no Gyökeres and Osimhen wage is an issue. Wage is an issue, yeah. MESC forever. Gyökeres is going to be difficult, but it's not over. It's not over till Rafa Benitez sings. We might still get him. You never know. Yorkshire Cowboy, the legend. What's going on, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. I'll be honest, I was looking forward to losing our reliance on Tantrum, Bruno. Yorkshire Cowboy, it is what it is, mate. It is what it is. I was either near or there. I knew what Man United needed, but people are obsessed with him. So I thought, you know what? I'm not going to say nothing. You know what I mean? I leave it as it is. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you know, there's no excuses now, is there? You know, we got Mbeumo, hopefully, and Cunha coming in, so he's got players around him now. You know what I mean? I know that's not even an excuse, really, but you know what I mean? He's got players around him now. He can't moan at the end of the day. What I would say about that, guys, absolutely. MESC forever. Do you live in England or another country? England, in Manchester. I live in India. I'm from London. MESC forever. Leytonstone in East London. That's where I was born and raised. I've been living in the UAE for 3 years, mate. I live in the UAE, Abu Dhabi in Dhabi, absolutely. Abu Dhabi. Was it? Dhabi. Do you remember Dhabi? Who remembers Dhabi? You know what I mean? Natty, and Bremer choosing us is a big statement because he knows there's a risk, but he won't the risk that mentality we needed. The one thing about it, Natty, I know full well that he would have got the same money at Arsenal and Newcastle, and he chose Man United. He wants to come for the project. He wants to make Man United great again. That's what he wants, and that's what I want. I want players who want to make Man United great again. That's what I want. You know, and he has. And I believe him, you know. Two great players, I'm happy. Big up Yorkshire Cowboy. Can we get some more? Next season, where do you see Bruno playing in the plane? Number 8 role, I think, MESC forever. Number 8 role. Oh, the fat Spanish writer, I forgot about him. It's not over to Rafa Benitez sings. Just remember that typo. Absolutely. Okay, fine. That's great. I even went to UAE for work. Big up, MEC. If you're ever down here, just shout me a holler. Definitely. Napoli, your in-laws. Yes, Naples is my in-laws, my friend. Yes, my wife's from Napoli. Yeah, in-laws. But I go to Italy a lot for journalist reasons and stuff like that. I'm going in July for journalist reasons. I'm going to be doing some work over there. I'm also going to Qatar and stuff to do some journalist work over there again as well, guys. So keep an eye out. Big things are coming. Newcastle Toon TV calling us a shithouse of a club. You know what they should be doing, Darren? You know what Newcastle should be doing? They should be going down on two knees and thanking Man United for beating Aston Villa for them. Because we didn't need to beat Aston Villa. We didn't need to beat Aston Villa. It's because of Man United. You magpies, you pigeons, right, have got Champions League football. So why don't a thank you would be nice, mate? But all these teams, these waste teams, are going to make up the numbers in the Champions League, right? I'm not going to say thank you to Man United, right? Because they are spoiled little delusional prats who won one trophy in 80 years. You know, they need to say thank you. The gratitude nowadays. No gratitude now. A thank you would be nice. You know what I mean? None of that. No gratitude. Not big up Man United for taking a game seriously against Aston Villa. Big up Man United. Not even from the manager. Good evening. Not him. Sorry, Mr. Eddie Howe. Sorry, Eddie Howe. Not a thank you from him. Not fair play to Manchester United. Let me just say fair. You know what I mean? He should have went out there and said fair play to Man United. Played very well today. Got the win and took it professionally. I just want to say well done to Man United. Why don't you say that? Why don't you say they wouldn't say that because they believe they've done it themselves, don't they? Clowns. MEC forever. Our dribbling is an issue. Cunha can help. Mainu is the only player we can run from tiny space. Cunha, Bruno with the ball playing, and Bremo, Cunha for technical side. Absolutely agree with that. Hopefully, Mainu stays. I don't know what's going to happen with Mainu at the moment. There is a lot of rumours surrounding Mainu at the moment. So hopefully it stays at the football club. And with these players around, if we carry on signing good players, every player's going to look better, innit? That's one thing I would say, you know. Absolutely. Big up MEC forever. Yeah, what I say about you by your name, can I call you Sal? Just call me Sal. S-A-L. Sal. Or better call Sal. You know Sal? You can call me that, my friend. Absolutely. Big up. Ogmigi. And they still don't appreciate us. Their fans voted against us in the European vote. Absolutely. There you go. Ungrateful idiots. Ungrateful idiots. Ungrateful. Classless. You know, not one Newcastle fan has come out and said, you know what, we have to give praise to Man United for winning that game against Villa. We didn't need to win that game against Villa. We didn't need to, you know. In fact, it would have done us better to lose the game because we helped Man City, we helped bloody Newcastle and everything. Natty, if I see Kanya playing in the 8, I will lose my mind. Me too, Natty. Me too, Natty. It's going to be Bruno in the 8. It's going to be Bruno in the 8. This is the problem that we're going to face now, isn't it? You know what I mean? Big thing coming out on this channel in the summer, so become a member and depend on me to tell you what was in those membership videos. Big up Tyborg, legend, and Tyborg. I'm not doing all this content for free. I'm going to be doing it on the membership videos as well. I've got some big guests coming on there. I'm planning it now. Summer's going to be a mad thing. Summer's going to be a mad thing, guys. I'm in a dilemma. I think I don't know whether to do Portugal against Germany tomorrow. I don't know whether to do Portugal against Germany tomorrow. I don't know whether to do it or not. I have to be persuaded. I'm going to be on the fire next season if we get the right players in. I hope so. Someone told me, someone wrote this like, I'm not superstitious or anything, but someone told me this prediction that this fortune teller keeps getting right. And they said next season, there will be one of the biggest shocks in football, recent football history, and Man United will win the league. I'm not saying nothing. Don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. I love Ghana, but I want to say one thing. If Ghana goes, Mainu also, he is good, but the physicality is lacking. I mean, we're going to have to sell someone, then we see if ever now. We're going to have to sell someone, isn't it? Because we're not selling Bruno, so we're going to have to sell someone. New low, United, what they smoke. Big up, Natty. Big up, everyone. Guys, really appreciate every single one of you. You guys, thank you so much for joining me. I've gone an hour already. Guys, thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new. And please don't forget to smash a like on the video, guys, on the way out. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to spread the word and put your notifications on as well if you could do that for me. Yeah, Miat, what's going on? I think we're winning next season. Believe it. Come on, guys. Come on, Miat. I believe it as well. Bye, my friend. Have a good one. Guys, take it easy. I'll be back tomorrow for Breaking Dawn. If nothing else breaks, of course, it is busy these days. And guys, enjoy your evening, night, morning, wherever you are. I'm Sal Warner. This is Chatterbox, actually. Take it easy, guys. Peace.